Hello and welcome to the latest edition of the Blue Army podcast. I'm here again with Dale Story.
Hi again. Hello.
And we're reflecting on a very good day for Gainsborough Trinity.
Yeah, definitely. Great win today. I said before the game they had to win. It felt like that today following the last two results and the Ferriby situation. Not the prettiest of games. It was hard fought. It was, I think as Nathan Sayfield said, it was a graft. Yeah. And that relief at full time, I think, was a great feeling. And twinned with Buxton losing at home to Farsley, it's been a pretty good day all round.
It has, and it sets us up nicely for the final four games with it back in our own hands again.
Yeah, I always think at this time of the season it's important to have things in your own hand. I know that sounds silly, but I remember a couple of years ago when we went to FC United on the last day, and the week before I think they picked up a point, and I remember thinking how big that is because it was in their own hands, and as it proved to be, they stayed up that year, and it's just important. It gives you that, you know, a little bit more confidence, a bit more belief. And looking at the remaining four fixtures, you know, they'll fancy that they can definitely win the next three, and then that last game against South Shields could be an absolute cracker.
We said a few times that South Shields game could be an all or nothing game.
It's felt like that all season, hasn't it, really? And yeah, right from when the fixtures came out, I think, well, maybe September, because normally at the end of September you can tell who's going to be near the top. It's felt like that last game of the season could be massive.
In fairness, when the fixtures came out, it was like, South Shields are going to be up there.
Yeah.
We were hoping to be up there and thinking...
Exactly, it was whether Gainsborough could be up there or not, and well, they are.
Exactly, so it could still be that winner-take-all game. And that's the horrible one, but I say horrible. In fact, could see 3,000 at the Martin & Co.
It could. Well, winner-take-all, but it'd be a different all, wouldn't it? You know, I mean, South Shields could be going for the title. Gainsborough could be
needing the victory,
which they probably will.
The playoffs.
They probably will. So yeah, it could be an absolute cracker that day. And like I said, I mean, South Shields are well supported, aren't they? So there'll be a lot of away following.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get the biggest home crowds in the league.
I think Gainsborough will be interested. It'll be
the
final game of the season at home.
Persuaded my dad to come to that one, so we'll be there.
So there's an extra one.
So yeah, even if they get even if they get in the playoffs, it's going to be away, isn't it? So yeah, it's massive. But first of all, we need to make sure.
But we don't get ahead of ourselves.
It is massive by
doing our job.
Working.
Said all along, if we do our job, then we can worry about everybody else second.
Exactly. You know, Workington, Hensford, and Grantham. I mean, Grantham, they've picked up of late,
and they'll want the double over us.
They will. A Lincolnshire derby. Oh, definitely. I was speaking to one of the fans who sits near us at the top of the press box, and he's from Grantham.
Mr. Happy.
No. One of the others who is quite happy. From Grantham. He says he's been having sticks since Boxing Day from all the people that he knows in Grantham. So it's, you know, but again, before then, I mean, Workington, it's never going to be easy. Yes, they're bottom. They are, aren't they? I think, yeah.
Yeah, they've lost today against Witton as well.
Any game where you have to travel as far as that is always hard. It's always hard. And then Hensford, you know, I think they're mid-table teams.
They're mid-table, but up until today, they've been in very good form. Mid-table
teams at this stage of the season are so hard to play. Everyone is really, because like they've got players playing for contracts and all that, and you know, normally because they've got nothing to play for, they're more relaxed, or they'll try things they might not normally try. And they've three very difficult games, but three that Gainsborough really should be thinking they can win. But then, as Marine showed a couple of weeks ago, Gainsborough struggle against teams, you know, near the bottom. So it's going to be...
It's all about doing our job, though, and getting our heads focused. You know, like we said, it's going to be a horrible journey to Workington next week. But if we can overcome that and approach it with the right mental attitude, we've got the ability to go there and win.
Yeah, I think it'll be very similar to when you went to Lancaster.
Yeah,
that was a hard fought. Well, I think it'll be a game like that, and that's fine. When Trinity...
Wind, rain, and a little bit of Rossana quality on that day. Securing all 3 points.
And you've got Mark going again, who went to Lancaster, so from our end.
So we need to send him off for a week in Australian sunshine, just
so he can mention it a few times and look different on the... No, we love you really, Mark. I think Workington, when they played here in January, Gainsborough won 4-1, didn't they? But it was a bit of a... It flattered Gainsborough a little bit. They deserved to win, don't get me wrong. Workington at times, if I remember correctly, looked quite decent. So it's going to be tough.
They've got experienced players throughout the core of the side. They've just not had that consistency.
And they're not relegated. They're fighting for their lives. I went to watch bottom of League 2 Macclesfield at Lincoln last week, and they were excellent. You know, bottom teams are very hard to play this time of year, so it's a big game next Saturday. But
I'll say it again, how we apply ourselves, that will be key.
Exactly.
But Liam King's got a really good squad in place at the moment. He's got competition for places. You just have to look at the names not in the squad to sort of say, well, yeah, there's options there.
I think one of the first things he wanted to do, he's mentioned it to us during interviews, is that make the squad bigger. I think we've been saying all season, you've got a small squad, and I know previous management were very, particular about signings, which was fine when things were going well. When there's injuries, suspensions, etc., they were struggling to name 5 subs, weren't we at times? So, and some of the players he's brought in, bringing Tom Davey back's fantastic. I thought he was excellent today.
He slotted in. He tired a little bit towards the end of the game last week. It was his first 90 minutes in a while, but then today he's got stronger and stronger.
He's just a no-nonsense fullback, isn't he? I personally, I was discussing this with the fans, I prefer him as a wing-back because I think going forward is really good, but then if you've got Alex Byrne in front of you, you don't really need to be going forward as much, I
said in commentary a little bit that last season Tom and Craig King linked up very well.
Outstanding.
Craig King didn't need to do everything with the ball, he could just lay it off. Started to see a little bit more of that sort of partnership starting to grow with Alex Byrne today and Tom Davey, but Alex likes to go at his fullback, beat his man, and he's done very well on that side today. Tracking back, he did very well.
Yeah,
I've put it down in non-league paper as 2 key moments, both involving Alex Byrne. His tracking back to dispossess.
Well, the bloke was through, wasn't he? Yeah. And like Alex Byrne said to you, he probably thought he'd already scored. Yeah, he was through. So that was excellent. That was a really good piece of defending.
Because that's not what you expect to see Alex Byrne doing, is for defensive work. He does try and put a shift in, but that sort of almost gave him the confidence. And then in his new position on the left wing,
it must be hard playing on the left wing, being right-footed, because every time you've got to come inside, haven't you? And it gets a little bit predictable if you're not careful. No, he did well, and I think having Davey behind him definitely
gave
worked.
him the confidence too.
Exactly, because Tom Davies, he's a good player.
Tom Davies got that delivery if he lays it off for the left foot,
which he did a couple of times, especially second half. It seemed as the game went on, that was happening more.
Yeah.
But that's probably better for Alex when he's starting to tire, maybe to use him. I don't know, but I think it'd be a partnership that develops, but also I think Kingy said, didn't he? He wanted to try something different today, putting him on the left.
And the presence of Liam Hughes on the right-hand side of midfield also.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. When the team sheet come in, we were trying to work out who was going to play where. Yeah, exactly. I thought Ross Hannah would go out on the wing. That was my theory because he's done that. Well, he's played there, hasn't he, this season?
Yeah.
And Hughes, I thought, well, obviously he's not going to be the quickest, is he? Down.
No, but he was solid, wasn't he? And
he was, and he played some good passes at times.
Yeah.
And
he played some really nice stuff on the floor, particularly first hour. Some of the interplay, the little one-touch passing around corners was really very promising.
Yeah, it was good. I think particularly the first 10 minutes, I thought Gainsborough came out really well, and it was not good to see. And then Hyde came into the game. You talk about turning points. Goalkeeper Joe Green's made 2 really good saves, I think, from Chalaka, who was through both times. The second one, right on half-time, he's done really well to get his legs shut, because I've played in goal, and sometimes the hardest shots are straight at you, because you've got to get your legs shut, but you need to spread your legs to look big. So,
might have been a bit fortuitous, but he did well. He got out there and he closed the angle down.
Because at times there was a couple of nervy moments between him and Nathan Stainford, weren't there, particularly in the first half, but...
Mammoth tussle, wasn't it? All game. The sort you want to see your centre half.
I think the defence as a whole today were outstanding. We singled out Staino earlier, and I agree he was man of the match. And I think Chalaka won nothing in the air. It's only when they really ran at Gainsborough that they looked more threatening. I thought Stainfield was outstanding, but I thought Jerry Maguire played really well. And considering, I think, as Liam King said, he's got a knock to play like that, and it was a really physical game today. And I thought Austin and Davey as fullbacks were very solid. So I thought defensively Gainsborough were excellent. I think 3 chances I think Hyde had, and you think they score lots of goals, Hyde. So to limit them to 3, the 2, I think. And like one of the saves from Chalaka, I won't call it a clear cut. That one where the keeper shut his legs. It was because there was loads round him. And then you had that chance at the end where they dragged it wide. But apart from that, I thought
that was
overall,
Nicky Platt, wasn't it, the substitute? It
was one of them moments, wasn't it, where you thought, is this going to go in? I think
that was the only thing that Nathan missed, and he was like, no problem at all. Joe had it covered.
But I think you can
that
count.
That could almost be a turning point in our season.
Well, maybe that's the bit of luck that
we've been craving.
Exactly.
Because if that goes in, that deflates you again.
And of course it does, and then it's out your hands, and suddenly it brings Scarborough into it more.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, I asked Liam King pre-match if he drew a bit of luck. Maybe that was it. Maybe that chance right there, because he should have scored. He should have scored. Or got it on target at least, but
we live to tell the tale. And 3 points in the bag.
Well, exactly. 1-0 wins at this time of the season. I mean, they're managers' favourites, aren't they? Yeah. And it was the sense of relief at full time. I felt it. I don't know if you did over your side.
Yeah.
It was
climbing down the ladder after the game. My legs were just jelly.
Oh,
it was just, I can't believe what I've just seen.
It was the longest 5 minutes of stoppage time I've ever watched.
I had a stopwatch on it. I think we were on 7 minutes when he finally blew his whistle.
Yeah, he definitely played. But the rule is it's a minimum, isn't it? He can play 20 minutes if he wants to, the referee. Who I thought had a decent game today. We touched on it with Alex Byrne, didn't we?
Interview,
I agree with everything he said. You'll see it all when you put it up. But I think the referee was fair. I think he refereed it really well.
In the programme for the last home game against Marine, Jeremy put an article together about the referees in rugby getting the respect they only speak to the captain.
Yep.
And today's referee, fair play to him, he refereed it speaking to the captains and basically telling the captains, keep your players in order.
Yep. Which I think it should be done more. I don't like this surrounding the referees. Teams do. I mean, it was Jose Mourinho started that with Chelsea, didn't he, many years ago. They're trying to intimidate referees, and I don't like it. To me, players should be booked for just surrounding the referees, bar the captains. That's a captain's job. I think every yellow card he gave today were yellow cards. I think Austin and
Liam
Hughes got one. I mean, the Liam Hughes one, they were trying to get him sent off. It wasn't a red to me, although you could see it coming because he was angry. And I think Liam King did really well to get him off straight away after that, because
I think there was a bit of silliness in the area just as we were getting ready to defend the free kick from the same incident. But yes, he yellow carded him for that one.
And then you had an identical one later on from John McComb on Ben Hughes.
Ben Hughes, yeah.
And, and I said straight away to everyone around me, that's got to be a yellow, because he was fair.
Yeah.
If he'd sent one off and not the other, that would have been wrong. They were both tired tackles, weren't they? Both tired.
Yeah.
But I thought the referee was good, and I've nearly fallen off my chair. There you go.
That would have been £250, wouldn't it?
I know.
You've been framed.
I know.
Shame. We'll try and get you. Yeah.
Just alter the.
But also, talking about Ben Hughes, he obviously came on and had an impressive little cameo when he came on. Nathan Stainfield was really pleased, really proud of him. In stoppage time, Ben Hughes could have thought he was going in on goal, opportunity to seal the game, but Staino could be heard from anywhere in the ground, take it in the corner.
He wasn't the only one. We got Liam King in front of us, and he was screaming it as well. I think that. How old is he?
19, I believe.
19.
But
19, and when kids of that age, all that's in their head is to score. And I think Staino was right when he said he did so well to turn round and
mid-flight,
and he won a corner,
free kick.
Corner.
Yeah.
He did so well. That was excellent for a young lad to do that. I mean, I thought he looked lively. I thought he showed some good touches. I thought him and Shane Clark linked up ever so well when he came on. I thought Clarkey looked,
and him and Ant Wilson as well. Ant Wilson played him down the line.
Yes.
Where John McComb picked up his yellow card, wasn't
it? That was that one. And then I think Shane Clark he was brilliant at one point going forward.
He came in and just used his experience, didn't he?
Yes.
And sat in and won his headers, won his tackles.
And then there was a bit of skill at one point, wasn't there, in the second half?
Well, he had the exchange of passes, didn't he, with Ant Wilson and went through on goal.
Get the ball away.
Just didn't pull the trigger.
No.
Instead,
it was good.
Tried to
it
roll
was still
it back
good.
to Ant Wilson.
I thought Liam King got the substitution spot on today. And I think all three subs came on and made an impact like you'd expect. Like you say, I thought Shane Clark came on and was just... He is a very good holding midfielder. I've always said that for years. Going forward, isn't his forte, but defensively I think he's outstanding. And he just sat into in front of
He'll kill you next week.
The back four. He's very good going forward as well. He scored some cracking goals though. I will say that. I'm
not bad for a holding midfielder.
He often describes him as Zidane style, doesn't he, when he scores? So.
Yeah, just a shame they don't happen more often.
No.
Alex Burns found his shooting boots. Maybe Clark will find his ready for next week.
Yeah, maybe. Alex Burns, his first goal since 13th October, which was ironically against Hyde. Which was funny. And it was a good goal, wasn't it?
It was
Good
very
goal,
good.
coming inside.
Yeah,
Great finish.
Looked to front up his fullback, got it onto his stronger foot, and was able to curl in brilliantly bottom corner. Gave the keeper no chance.
And that's one of the positives of having a right footer on the left hand side. Things like that. And it was good, and he was a threat all game, really, wasn't he? As he should be, because he's got that quality, and that's his 7th goal of the season now. And if you can say he gets double figures before the end, you know,
we could be in the league above.
Exactly. So,
but confidence, getting that goal just at the right time to give him that little boost, that little pep.
I think you could see it in him, especially when you're talking to him. You could see the confidence is there. I mean, it was good. It was a good goal, and you know.
I think if you ask any of the lads in the dressing room, confidence has never been an issue for Alex Byrne.
Well,
but no, that will give him the boost, and the players, you know, seeing that will have that extra belief in him, and that's just what he needs. He needs the arm round him. A little bit of a kick up the backside.
I think everybody needs all that, don't they?
Yeah.
Sometimes you need your arm round, sometimes you need that kick.
But that's what Liam King's doing a pretty good job of.
Well, I've said all along, I think since him and Ross Han have come in, you can see the difference. You can see, even with, you know, the Marine performance 2 weeks ago, I didn't think games were very good. But
we had the chances, didn't
we?
But
the chances were there. There was a dodgy referee decision, and there's still that feel-good factor around the place. The place doesn't just drop. I think if Hyde had scored at the end today, I think there'd have been a lot of... It would have really destroyed, you know, momentum and all that. So yeah, it's just nice. I love coming here, as you know. So and I think if they get them promoted, I think they've done an amazing job. But I also think it's a success if they make the playoffs. I really do. I think if they can get that 5th place, considering the position they've been in, losing the 6 points, etc.
From being on the floor, being knocked back down again,
having to change manager, having to, you know, all that. I think, you know, the 2 bad decisions against Marine and Warrington, they can get in that top 5, because I think 5th realistically their best hope, isn't it? Looking at them, there's a bit of a gap, isn't there?
But Nanwich didn't win today, I don't
think. They lose in the end.
They were losing at half time, losing
3-2, wasn't it?
The hour to Mickleover.
It's a strange league. I've been impressed how competitive this league is.
Anybody can beat anyone in this league. That's the biggest thing that we've learned this season.
So, yeah, definitely. It's a lot more.
South Shields, who were up at the top, they lost their game against North Ferriby 3-0, and profited from it with the points being expunged.
When Grantham came to Gainsborough, Grantham were really struggling and had just been thrashed a few times, and sadly won here. So yeah, no, you're right, and that's what I like this league. It's a lot more competitive than I thought it was going to be. The quality is better than I thought it was going to be from oppositions. There's been some good side. Definitely think the top teams are the best teams. Farsley, Celtic, and Farsley, Celtic. Sorry, I've got that's 2 separate teams there. Farsley, Celtic, Warrington. Definitely the 2 best teams I've seen this season. But Gainsborough also, when they play well, are as good as
a match for anyone.
They are.
And that's where, if we can secure that final playoff spot, the playoffs, like we said before,
it's a lottery. It's a lottery, isn't it? I mean, we know there'll be a way, but I don't necessarily think that's a worry. Whereas, like in previous seasons, playing away has been a bit of a problem, hasn't it? But this season, before today, they got more points away than at home. I believe it's now the other way.
It's level, is it?
But it's. I think it's the other. I don't know. But anyway, which is great, isn't it? And who knows? And if they can get Workington and Grantham away, you know, they should be winning them 2 games.
It's 4 games, 2 at home, 2 away. So could there be that symmetry between the 2 results, home and away?
Well, possibly. I think as Liam King said to us, there's a lot more twists to come. Yeah, I don't think it's as straightforward as win 4 games and you'll be there. And of course, one thing we haven't spoken about is goal difference,
which is pretty much identical.
There's 1 in it between Buxton and Gainsborough. That's all there is. Gainsborough on +9, Buxton +8. They've scored the same. Or is there a goal? And
I think we've got the extra goal.
So we've conceded, but conceded the same then. It's so tight.
Because it was identical going into last week's game.
It's crazy. So say, I'm nearly falling again there. So say, we need to swap chairs next time. So say Buxton, I mean, Buxton have got Workington, they've got to play them as well, but I'm pretty sure that's at Buxton. So say Buxton beat Workington 5-0, and Gainsborough just win 1-0, you know, suddenly it changes again, doesn't it? You know, you could come into a situation on the last day where Gainsborough need to win and win. You know,
win well.
It's brilliant. It's so exciting. I think what is great, one other thing Liam King said to us today was it's great for the fans to be like, you're playing for something.
Well, great for the players as well.
Oh yeah, for the club, everyone. Then it's for playing for something, optimistic instead of being in a relegation fight or mid-table. It's the first time since the playoff final in 2012.
11, 12,
yeah. Yep. That it's a lot more exciting coming to watch your club going for promotion than it is in a relegation battle, isn't it? So it's great. I've enjoyed it, and I still think, as I say, there's going to be twists to come. But do you feel that 5th is going to be Trinity's?
Touch wood.
That's the table that this is on, by the way, because no one can see you doing that.
Wow.
So,
sorry, touch wood. But no.
Because you watch games more than I do.
Yeah, so, I think we've got enough in our locker.
Yeah.
Just need a fair win behind us and see where we go.
Good luck at Workington next week. Enjoy the journey.
Thanks, looking forward to it already. Longest journey of the season. For the penultimate.
It's been one of the biggest games of the season. They just get bigger and bigger every week, don't they, at the moment, which is great.
This week it was must win. We rose to a challenge and won. Next week it's must win. We must rise to a challenge.
Yep.
And then we've got to do it over and over.
We don't want to be relying on Buxton, because I know Buxton have probably got a harder running than us. But we don't want to be relying on that. I think they've got Warrington still to play. They've got Matlock, which is a big local derby for them. But then games we've got Grantham, which is a kind of derby, isn't it? I know Lincolnshire. We like to call it a derby at Radio Links. All right.
It's 2 teams in Lincolnshire.
Exactly. So it's a Lincolnshire derby. Although I think Ferriby was nearer, isn't it? Wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
But, and we've got a score to sell.
But, yeah. I spoke to our Grantham reporter. He came on a show I did. Thought I'd mention that, and he mentioned the Trinity song, and I think apparently they've got some bizarre music waiting for you when you visit. So,
well, they don't get much more bizarre than the Trinity song.
Well, exactly. I love that Trinity song. It didn't play today, did it? Did they play it today?
I don't know. From my vantage point, I can't hear the
tannoy. Oh, right. Well,
which gets me in plenty of trouble.
We can hear it perfectly from where we are.
So you wouldn't want it turned down at all, no?
Not really. Don't bother me.
Just pre-game interviews, isn't it?
Just, yeah.
With the tannoy.
But we're getting better, aren't we? So,
yeah. But we'd best be off. Let people get on with their Sunday.
Yes, looking forward to the run-in, definitely. Big game next week, and then we're back here on Good Friday.
Good Friday. 3 o'clock kick-off. Don't forget, spread the word.
And get a good atmosphere going, because the atmosphere today was excellent. Really good. Really good.
Just before we go, shout out to the Hyde fans that did make some really good noise.
Oh, they made the atmosphere, didn't they? They were excellent. And they brought 2 dogs with them as well. They were well supported today. Which is great. That's what I love about non-league football. Things like that. Love it.
Yeah. Well, that's Rob signing off.
Bye.
Are you signing off?
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Enjoy your holiday.
Oh, yeah. Love it. Yeah, be great. Cheers.
Bye.